I'm picking up right where I left off. The last video was part 4 of program execution functions in PHP. I believe the only difference between this and this is that the guy who wrote this placed this as an argument for this. And the reason he did that was just simply to make it clear that this is Unix shell stuff, okay? Because if he would have written it like this, somebody might think that this stuff is PHP stuff, but it isn't. It is Unix shell stuff. As we know, or so far, any string which has been passed to the exec PHP function has always been, as far as I can see, Unix bash stuff, okay? So there is no need to add this part, which starts, and then its argument which starts here and ends here. Alright, so what does nohup do? Nohup is a POSIX, which means Unix, command to ignore the hup, which is the hang up signal. The hup signal is, by convention, the way a terminal warns dependent processes of logout. Output that would normally go to the terminal goes to a file called nohup.out if it has not already been redirected. Okay, look at this. Nohup abcd, which is a program, and background it using an ampersand. Then exit the shell. The first of the commands below starts the program abcd in the background in such a way that the subsequent logout does not stop it. Note that these methods prevent the process from being sent a stop signal on logout, but if input or output is being received from these standard I/O files, they will still hang the terminal. See overcoming hanging below. Nohup is often used in combination with the nice command to run processes on a lower priority. Existing jobs and processes or processes. Some shells, in other words bash, provide a shell built in, which is disown, that may be used to prevent sighup being sent or propagated to existing jobs. The key word here is to prevent, okay? That's the same thing we were doing here. Nohup nice prevents sighup from stopping the abc command, for example. Bash provides a shell built-in that may be used to prevent sighup being sent or propagated to existing jobs, even if they were not started with nohup. In bash, this can be obtained by using disown-h and then the name of the job. Here, job refers to a way of specifying the process. It could be the process ID, I'm not sure. Okay, using the same built-in without arguments removes the job from the job table. In other words, without the -h, I guess. Which also implies that the job will not receive the signal. Before using disown on an active job, it should be stopped by Ctrl-Z and continued in the background by the bg command. Ctrl-Z, I think, pauses the job or the process. So you would pause the process and then background it and then do a disown-h on it. Another relevant bash option is shop-t, hup on exit, which automatically sends the hup signal to jobs when the shell is exiting normally. In other words, the default behavior, which is to send the exit signal, the hup signal, that is actually done by this command. Okay, overcoming hanging. Note that no hopping background jobs is typically used to avoid terminating them when logging off from a remote SSH session. A different issue that often arises in this situation is that SSH is refusing to log off or hangs since it refuses to lose any data from or to the background jobs. This problem can also be overcome by redirecting all 3 I/O streams. See here? Here's the program. They're using nohup. They are backgrounding the program. Here they are directing the standard output to this file, the standard error to this file, and the standard input is coming from dev null. Also note that a closing SSH session does not always send a hup signal to depending processes. Among others, this depends on whether a sudo terminal was allocated or not. Alternatives to nohup. is the screen or tmux command. To be continued in program execution functions in PHP Part 6.